Hey guys, Andrew Bennett here. We've been hearing a lot about the Appendix Q and all the guidelines for that for the tiny houses as far as the IRC goes, the building codes. And I've had a few people call me and text me and ask me to explain the math behind figuring out the staircase to the lofts. So I thought I'd just do this little quick chart and make a video for you guys. Hopefully it'll help. So here we are. So I'm starting with the basics. Here's the formula. You know, the tread depth equals 20 inches minus 3/4 of riser. You know, and then the second thing is the landing is 2 tread depth deep, and then 2 riser heights high for the landing. And then the distance from the landing to the ceiling have to be no less than 4.5 feet. So those are the 3 things we're going to address. All right. So here we go. Starting with the chart, the minimum height below a loft ceiling is 6'4". So I went ahead and made it 6'5", just so we're not cutting it too close. And that gives us 77 inches. So that'll be 6'5". I brought everything down to inches so it makes it easier for us to do our math. And you'll see that we actually went to decimals, points of an inch rather than fractions. And then I'll convert it back for you. So here we go. We start with our 77 inches from the floor to the loft, all right? And then our landing here is the 2 tread depths deep, so 2 tread depths deep, and 2 riser heights high, all right? And I'll get back to how it came up with those numbers, but I'm showing what all these numbers are on here first. And the 54 inches is the minimum distance between the landing and the ceiling. So a little bit of manipulating there to make sure everything fits and it still stays under your 13.6 exterior overall height maximum for DOT. So here we go. Let's get into this. So let's say we have our tread depth, and there's our formula, right? So we want to find how many steps we're going to have first of all, so we can divide up, right? So we have 77 inches total. The landing counts for 2, the riser on the landing, and then we have these steps here. So what we're going to do is count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 because it counts as 2, remember? So there's 7. Usually it goes into 77 inches and gives us, you know, we divide it by 7, it gives us an 11 inches. That means each one of these sections is 11 inches tall. So we have 11-inch risers. That's our riser height for the steps, 11 inches. So we're going to take that over here. And remember, we need 3/4 of that 11 inches to do our formula here, right? So here's how we're going to get that 3/4 of the riser height. We're going to take our 11 inches and we're going to divide it by 4. So we make it into 4 quarters. This is just easy math to do it this way. So 11 divided by 4 comes to 2.75 inches, 2 3/4 inches. So we're going to multiply that by 3 because that's going to give us 3/4 of that height. So multiplied by 3 comes to 8.25. So 8 1/4 inches is our number for doing this equation. So 20 inches minus 8.25 equals 11.75. So 11 3/4 inches. So that gives us our tread. That's how you work that formula. So what we have now here is, this is our riser height. By the way, this is called the riser, it's called the tread. The riser height is 11 inches that we came up with this back here, right? And you can insert any numbers you're doing. You just want to get the formula right, and then you can insert the numbers you're working with. And this is just basic simple. There's some other things to consider because you're going to have some structure here. So you're going to have to subtract, you know, add to that to the top of this. Like if you have a 2x4 or 2x6, whatever structure. I'm just doing this for the simple math, okay? Once you have your loft, you can figure the math from there. So anyway, so now we have our riser height, 11 inches from this formula. Our tread depth, 11 3/4 inch, based on this formula here, right? And then we have our distance from ceiling to the landing. Now, it seems pretty simple, and you should be able to do it. It's on video, so if you need to, you can rewind it, you can stop frame. I'll try to put some print some things on the video itself, and maybe get some links in the in the description that may even help you. But as far as the Appendix Q requirements, this is how you work that formula. These are your 3 points, and these are the equations to get you to those answers. So thanks for watching. I hope that helps, guys. We love you, and tiny on.